Ever notice Apollo's obsession with laurel wreaths and wonder, what's with the green headgear? This tale of divine fashion is rooted in a love chase that turned quite literally creepy. So, Apollo laughed off Eros's tiny bow, but Eros had the last laugh. He shot Apollo with a golden arrow, sparking an obsessive love for Daphne, a stunning nymph who was all about that single life. And for Daphne, a lead arrow, ensuring she'd find Apollo about as charming as a slug. Apollo, chasing after Daphne, but she swiped left and made a desperate plea to her dad, the river god Perneus, to save her from Apollo's unwelcome DMs. Perneus turned Daphne into a laurel tree, forever out of Apollo's reach. But the obsessive Apollo was like, if I can't have you, at least your leaves, and made the laurel his eternal symbol, ensuring Daphne's leafy form would be forever green and, awkwardly, forever with him. Meet Cassandra, the gorgeous yet intelligent princess of Troy. Apollo, head over heels for her, granted her the gift of prophecy. But when Cassandra said, "Thanks, but no thanks," to Apollo's love, he got all petty and cursed her. So she could see the clear future, but nobody believed her. She warned about the impending Trojan War, but they just brushed her off like she was predicting tomorrow's weather. Ajax the Lesser raped her in Athena's temple and passed her to Agamemnon, who made her his prized war, aka sex slave. But Cassandra wasn't about to let anyone silence her. She looked Agamemnon in the eye and dropped the bombshell that his own wife would be the end of him, but he just laughed it off. Well, let's just say, he didn't laugh when Odysseus gave him a quick visit to the underworld, and that is how Cassandra became the poster child for the Cassandra complex, predicting the future but getting ignored and dismissed. We've told you some creepy stories about Apollo with Daphne and Cassandra, but that's not the end of his rap sheet. Apollo spots Caronis, a mortal princess with the it factor, and they quickly hit it off, leading to a royal baby bump. But while Apollo's off on his divine 9-to-5, Caronis gets a little too cozy with Ischys, son of Elatus. Apollo had left a white raven to keep tabs on Caronis. Betrayal alert. The raven comes back with the scandalous scoop, and Apollo, in a divine temper tantrum, turns the raven from snowy white to sulky black. In a move that would out-drama any soap opera, Apollo strikes Caronis with an arrow. Then hit with a "what have I done?" moment, he goes into full ER mode, performing an ancient C-section to save the baby, Asclepius, born into one of the world's most dramatic families. Meet Thamyris, legendary musician's son and grandson of Apollo, gifted in song and poetry, and the original man-crush on Hyacinth, sparking the first ever man-on-man love story. Thamyris makes a bold claim. He's better than the muses at their own game. The muses agree to a contest. The stakes? If Thamyris wins, he gets a divine groupie tour with each muse. But if he loses, well, the muses get creative rights on the punishment. As always, betting against divine never ends well. Thamyris loses, forfeiting his eyesight and musical mojo. But here's the tea. Apollo actually snitched on Thamyris's boastful bet to the muses. Why? Because Thamyris was too close to Apollo's crush, Hyacinth. Following his "I get what I want" mantra, Apollo ensures that Thamyris, the pioneer of same-sex love, meets his downfall. Now that Thamyris is out of the picture, Apollo sweeps him off his feet. Together, they are living the dream. Apollo, utterly smitten, even ditches his Delphi duties to chill with Hyacinthus. Their favorite game? Quoits, ancient frisbee. Apollo's throw sends the discus flying. Hyacinthus chases it. But tragedy hits when it rebounds, delivering a fatal blow. Rumor has it Zephyrus, the jealous west wind god, swayed its deadly path, upset Hyacinthus favored Apollo. In his grief, Apollo turns Hyacinthus's spilled blood into the first hyacinth. If flowers could speak, this one would whisper alas. Meet Marsyas, Hyagnis's son, a maestro on the aulos. But here's the kicker. Athena herself had ditched this very instrument because it made her cheeks puff up like a blowfish in a selfie. Her reaction? If I can't rock it, it's cursed. Marsyas, who clearly didn't get the memo. Hey, free all us. Fast forward to the ultimate musical showdown, judged by the muses with a straightforward rule. Winner takes all, loser gets whatever Apollo says. Marsyas wows everyone with his tunes, turning the venue into the first ancient mosh pit. Then Apollo steps up, strums his lyre, and flips the vibe from wild dancing to ugly crying. Then, he ups the ante by adding vocals which Marsyas calls foul on. But the nymphs back Apollo, and just like that, Marsyas loses on a technicality, ending up as the world's most tragic skin wall art, pinned to a tree. Next up, in Apollo's I Told You So rap sheet, the tale of the Cumean Sibyl, yet another victim of Apollo's celestial ego. She snagged what seemed like a sweet deal from Apollo, a lifetime as long as the sand she could hold. The catch? Her virginity. Yet, she judged Apollo's love not worth the trade. This wasn't about playing hard to get. It was about setting boundaries. In a classic careful what you wish for and déjà vu moment, Apollo, in his divine pettiness, goes, okay, you'll live long, but who said anything about staying young? So, the Sibyl ages for centuries, her body diminishing until she's just a voice in a jar. It's not just a deal gone wrong. It's Apollo's vindictive showcase, punishing her for daring to say no. Yet again, we see the tragic theme of women being punished for simply saying no to those in power. When will it be over?